Hi!
Hi!
Ciao! So, my name is Nicola, Carofiglio. I'm coming from South Italy. Bari is my hometown. For those who don't know Bari, this is if you think about the form, the shape of the nation of Italy, the boot. My city is more or less at the heel of the boot, so really in the south, close to Greece, sunny and warm, like a little bit like in Tokyo at this moment. I was formerly a dancer for almost 25 years, and started with ballet and moved through different forms of expressions with the body, going to comedy, singing, musicals, and then contemporary moving, till at the end was more dance and theater, so where I was acting, dancing, everything together. And that gave me the possibility of discovering different way of working with body, starting from very disciplined ballet techniques till martial arts, singing, and going through some somatic forms of education like Feldenkrais and Alexander. So I got a lot of inspirations till one day I came to Rolfing. Having my 10 sessions, I discovered that was something which was speaking more than the other forms of movement education and body work than others, and decided to start the education. It was 2002, 2004, and from then on moved into this fantastic world of Rolfing, becoming last year member of the European Faculty of Movement, so I'm a movement teacher also. Well, there was the main fundamental change that started was that I was very busy with being outside, stage always for the public audience, and I was very projected outside. Through the 10 sessions I got the beginning of a huge journey that I'm still doing, and I found also a friend of mine now in Japan who's doing also this hero, who's doing also this journey, like according to my sensation, like almost like me. So I moved from outside slowly into huge space, in so small spaces which are quite kind of in amnesia. There are a lot of blind spot in our body, which are for different reasons not clear in our way of moving and expressing us. So that I discovered there was a new theater to find inside me. And that became from day to day, because after the 10 sessions, I danced maybe 7-8 years, but from day to day I started to move from outside more to this kind of explorations, and eventually I came to the point I stopped dancing outside, so I stopped my career, official career, and I started an inner dance, inner work, finding different ways of exploring inner spaces which I thought I knew, but actually with my surprise were really new territory, new lands. So that after I stopped officially my stage dance 2007, and now we are 2019, that I start now to get a sensation after 12 years not being on stage, that it's maybe, and I will see if life gives me some chances to get back to stage. But I mean, I'm 52 also, so it's not so easy with 52, not with the body, to be accepted in a new form of dance. But I'm going in that direction, back to my origins, because the 12 years were giving me so much that I wish I could translate this, what I discovered in this last 12 years, again, translate and express, transform it again back to stage. But it's a new project. Maybe, I don't know, in 5 years, 6 years, it's going to be something happening. But my new thought is that direction again. So go back to origins with this new side which I discovered through the last 12 years.
今回串崎さんが発起人になってニコルを呼んでくれたというか呼んだんですけども、日本に来て教えようと思った動機は何でしょうか。
Well, I mean, Kushi made the whole thing working, and I'm very thankful for what you did. I've been always attracted by Orient because I believe in the relation with gravity. They have, I've been doing a little bit of Tai Chi, Shiatsu, a little bit watching in Aikido. There is a huge tradition, millions of years of tradition of working with gravity, which I strongly believe that our community of Rolfing could profit from the knowledge of Orient to sense better before putting hands on the person, on the client, to sense as a practitioner what is this space, full empty space. For me, gravity is an empty space full of, what do you call, I don't know how to call it. I mean, I would say a full silence, a full empty silence. Yeah. And I was always attracted, and I think in my explorations I was trying always to combine the Oriental knowledge and tradition, what I knew from Occident, from dance, and I read some articles of you also, and I felt, wow, there is something there which speaks to me. But I didn't have any chance to meet you until Kushi came December last year and said, would you like to come to Japan and teach? Because I think what you're doing is quite close to what Hiro is doing. And I said, if you make this happen, you make me really touching the heaven, because it's not, I mean, body is a very strong affected by culture, history, and a lot of those elements. It's not just a piece of meat with some bones and some organs. So I've been always, this is the first time I'm in Asia also, so I've been always watching from outside to Orient, yeah? And now, I must confess you that from the first day till now, I'm completely absorbing and sponging, like a sponge, everything. Every time we go to eat, I see how they cook, how they serve, because there's a huge way of, for someone coming from Occident, yeah, it's a huge field of information. Always mixed from, I mean, if I can interpret a little bit what I'm seeing here in Tokyo, there's always this is coming from, is always referring to space between, so you respect my space, I respect your space, which maybe in Italy anyway, it's always this kind. So it's something new for me, and I'm now really taking as much as I can because I think it's very important for me first, myself, and we were discovering the first 2 days when we met to have a brainstorming for the workshops, and I think again this way of treating the space and handling with space can be mixed with Occident. So that's why the first workshop was, my idea was to call it Embodying Orient and Occident, so that how can we bring these two ways of seeing the gravity and the silence and the space in a language that could be profitable for you and I mean for us, for the people, for the Europeans, Rolfers and students of the school, of the Rolfing school.